charged to cell, prison, home confinement, probation, or a fine. And we will learn the former president's sentence on July 11th. That is just 4 days before the Republican National Convention.
WZMQ 19, CBS, Marquette.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. We are resuming with our regularly scheduled newscast. CBS Evening News will have more coverage of that historic verdict in former President Trump's so-called hush money trial, where he was found guilty on all 34 counts. Again, CBS will have more on that tonight, right after this newscast. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 news, a daring rescue at an assisted living facility in Gladstone that went up in flames this morning. We'll show you some of the images caught on Michigan State Police body cams. Plus, a new potential location for the replacement facility for the DJ Jacobetti Veterans Home, what we know so far about the plans for the new site. And state leaders focus on talent training and retention. Our report from the final day of the Mackinac Policy Conference. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP News at 6.
Looking at the weather for the Marquette area into tonight, we're going to have some nice weather with mostly clear skies overall. No chance really of any kind of precipitation around, and about 50 degrees the low with many of the temperatures farther inland. That will be a little bit cooler. Winds will be south. They will be warming up. So we expect temperatures in the low 70s, southwest winds about 10 to 20 miles an hour.
Thank you, Tom. 5 people were rescued from an assisted living facility in Gladstone that went up in flames early this morning. It happened around 4:15 a.m. Troopers were called to a structure fire at a New Dawn Rising. Troopers saw a person inside near where the fire was and discovered there were 5 residents inside, many who were unable to walk without assistance. Troopers and Gladstone public safety officers were able to safely evacuate all of the residents without injury before the fire and smoke spread throughout the residence. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, Gladstone's public safety department is asking for the public's support for critical equipment and personnel needs. Our Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has more on what those needs are and how the city has proposed to meet them.
According to Gladstone's public safety director, major department needs include a school resource officer and life-saving equipment like firefighting gear.
Those all need to be replaced by NFPA standards every 10 years. One set of turnout gear right now is $4,235. That's up to 30 firefighters.
He says the department also needs to start saving money to replace its current 1996 fire truck in the coming years.
Industry standard kind of recommends that you get rid of your truck after 30 years, so you're looking at 2026, that truck will be at the 30-year mark. We can probably get away to 2029, 2030, but when that time comes, to me it would be neglectful not to have that money.
The City Commission is considering a special assessment with a millage rate that would be reevaluated each year, starting at 4.5 mils. With the issue sparking debate among residents at public hearings and online, Public Safety hosted Coffee with a Cop to discuss their concerns, like the fact that the money would be going into the general fund. One city commissioner says public safety is funded through the general fund and that the money would go entirely to the department.
This money cannot be used for anything else except public safety. It will be audited every year. It will go into dedicated accounts for things that public safety needs, outlined by the public safety director on a yearly basis.
Public safety says this decision was not made lightly and that officials want to put as little burden on taxpayers as possible.
Nobody wants to pay more, but the unfortunate part is costs have increased. We've had to reduce our staffing. It gets harder and harder to do what we need to do to keep the residents safe. If we don't start thinking to the future, I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Gladstone.
The Gladstone City Council will decide whether or not to move forward with that proposal at a final public hearing on June 10th. Developing now, the state of Michigan is pursuing a property in Marquette Township as a potential location for the future replacement of the DJ Jacobetti Home for Veterans. Now, plans are not final and there are no updated renderings available for the new facility as the state doesn't own the property yet. The state had originally planned to build the new facility on the former Cliffsdow property in the city of Marquette, but those plans were stopped earlier this year when an agreement couldn't be reached on the transfer of the property. A spokesperson for the Michigan Veterans Home said, quote, MVH remains excited to rebuild the Jacobetti with a $96+ million nursing facility for veterans, a home that will serve veterans of the Upper Peninsula and broader region for years to come. More information is expected to be released in the coming weeks. We'll have that updated as it comes out on our website, WZMQ19.com. The Delta County Clerk's Office performed an audit of one precinct's May 7th recall election results today. The state randomly selects precincts to be audited after each election, and the Wells Township race between new County Commissioner Matt Jensen and now unseated Commissioner Robert Peterson was chosen. The audit found the number of ballots counted matched the number of ballots tabulated on Election Day. Because the county clerk will be on the November ballot, the audit was performed by the election deputy clerk. However, the clerk says she hopes the audit reduces some canvassers' concerns about voting machines.
Always happy to do a recount or an audit because it verifies the accuracy of our equipment, of our election workers, and that we're doing the process correctly for those who had any questions.
Both Jensen and Peterson attended that audit today, with Peterson saying he was interested in seeing how the process works.
I know that this actually happened every election, and I thought it was a learning process for me to figure out what was going on. I came out how I expected it would. There was no doubt that we lost. It just means we have to work a little harder coming August and November.
Peterson says he has already filed to run in the August primary election. State and industry leaders are focusing on ways to grow and train Michigan's workforce. That was one of the topics today on the last day of the annual Mackinac Policy Conference, where some UP education leaders spoke with legislators. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy is on the island with more about how universities are getting involved.
Today's conversations have been all about retaining talent in the state. University presidents participated in a panel to talk about their role in training the next generation of Michigan's workforce.
It's about attracting that talent, and we have to be thinking forward.
The presidents discussed their university's work to help students graduate into jobs that keep them in the state. Northern Michigan University's president didn't participate in the panel, but was in attendance. He says at Northern, they're focused on the Work Scholars program.
It's all about connecting students really early in their career at Northern to employers so that the relationship is built over time.
He says those relationships are what allows students to secure work right after graduation. But Tessman explained that it takes more than just programs to keep talent in the state. He says at Northern, they're focused on building an environment that makes the UP feel like a home for traveling students.
One of our primary goals, of course, we're thinking about our students' future. We're thinking about trying to make sure as many of our students as possible find their future in Michigan.
The other university presidents talked about some of the resources they're putting towards exposure, making sure potential students are aware of the options they have when it comes to the majors and programs that are available.
We have so many students that come our way from different parts of the state, and from their experience, the idea of exposure, there are many programs on our campus they have no clue about. They didn't know they had a job to do that.
Tessman explained that the partnerships between universities are an important part of that exposure. He says it'll be a team effort for Michigan universities to train and retain talent in the state. On Mackinac Island, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
That conference is coming to a close, but we will still have more for you tomorrow to look back on some of the Lieutenant Governor's conversations on Mackinac Island this week. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Meteorologist Tom DeVecchio tells us what's ahead for us tonight. Plus, a good day for golf. Highlights from Division III boys golf finals today down in Escanaba. And later, some Negaunee elementary students are leaving their mark before graduating to middle school. We're back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto is still your #1 source for a pre-owned vehicle. Our standards are still the highest. We have the cleanest hand-picked inventory around. That's what we're known for.
John's has built a legacy over the years, if you will, and for us to be able to jump into the service industry, the detailing industry, we provide quality service, timely, reliable, trustworthy, just like John's has for years in car sales.
Come on down to John's Auto and see what we're all about. Sales, service, and detailing.
25 years of fun, and you're invited. It's the silver anniversary of the Downtown Marquette Farmers Market. Come celebrate with us every Saturday morning at the Marquette Commons. From 9 to 1, you'll find a wide variety of local foods, produce, art, and so much more. Plus, the Wednesday night farmers market on the 100 block of West Washington Street is back from 5 to 8. For more information, visit mqtfarmersmarket.com. The Farmers Market is presented by the Marquette TDA and sponsored by Flagstar Bank and WZMQ 19.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Mr. Mattress here. I bought truckloads of Serta factory closeout mattresses, all 50 to 60% off. In our clearance center, we have stacks and stacks that we have to clear out. They're all one-of-a-kind premium queens, firms, plushes, pillow tops, and flippable models, and they start at just $249. They're all 50 to 60% off, like this 14-inch thick luxury pillow top mattress is regularly $9.99, now just $3.99. You always get the lowest price for Mr. Mattress. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Air Stasic.
Checking out the local headlines for the region. Looking nice as we head into Friday. High pressure will be in firm control. That'll give us some good sunshine. Weekend, kind of a mixed bag. We're going to have some unsettled weather as we head on towards Saturday. Keeping the threat of the showers and storms. We'll check those out in our future cast a little later in the show. But Sunday, back to some decent weather. So kind of good, bad, good over the next several days. So here's our future cast into the rest of tonight. You can see fairly clear skies across the UP, and things are going to stay that way into the early morning hours tomorrow. So we have some pretty good sunshine there. Showers trying to come into the west, not buying it, at least for the day on Friday. Now by evening Friday, some of those again could be skirting the far west side of the Upper Peninsula, but most central part, Iron Mountain, Marquette East, we're going to keep with partly cloudy skies and really not a bad looking day as we head toward Friday night. Again, the front still off toward the west, a lot of it right, it's a slow mover, so a lot of the rain will be riding on the west side there. And finally on Saturday, some of those storms will finally make their way, could go into Marquette, may tend to diminish later on in the afternoon as things stabilize there. As another trough goes through Saturday night, that will continue the threat of some of those showers and storms. So low temperatures for tonight will be dropping a lot of 40s, lower 50s in Marquette itself. And for tomorrow, high temperatures getting into the 70s, lower to mid 70s. Of course, breezes off the lake will keep some of the coastal areas a little bit cooler. And the winds, not too bad here, mainly out of the southwest as we head on toward tonight and into the day tomorrow. Southwest winds 10, 15. Again, the lake breeze could pick up there for some of you. And into Saturday, you can see in the grand scheme of things, not a lot of wind is really expected here. So the forecast, Marquette for tonight, again, mostly clear skies. Lows will be dropping to around 50 degrees. And we're looking at temperatures in the low 70s tomorrow. Clouds will increase, but I think the rain should stay west of Marquette itself. And let's check out that 7-day outlook. We are going to have some fairly decent weather again, up, down, up. The chance some scattered storms as we head on towards Saturday. Sunday back to sunshine. Note we'll have temperatures into the low 70s and heading over for the rest of next week. May get some scattered storms on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, well, Tuesday looks good. Wednesday and into Thursday, there's a chance of some scattered showers. Highs both days in the upper 60s.
Thank you very much, Tom. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We are chatting with the owners of an historic mine in Keweenaw County that you can tour. That conversation is 2 minutes away.
At Riverside, we like to have fun.
Because we believe if it's a fun place to work,
it's a fun place to shop.
If you're ready to ditch the dull and step into an exciting new career,
then apply today at Riverside Auto Sales.
We're a family-owned company, and we're looking for smiling faces to join us in sales, service, parts, finance, and administrative positions. Apply today and get ready to have some fun at work.
We can't wait to welcome you to our Riverside family.
There are a lot of things out there going viral. But you can help keep your immune system from going viral and help protect it from the COVID-19 virus by getting the vaccine. The world has enough going viral these days. Talk to your healthcare provider.
Coming up our series, wait a minute, Tom, is that you working the camera?
Keep leaning out of your close-up.
How would you say Tony and Nate?
You mean not say? Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Billy Crystal. Guess who's in the house? Look at his outfit. Hey, give me some love, baby.
Would your mother like me?
My mother does love you.
Your morning routine just got better. CBS Mornings.
I swear they should have a camera during the commercial. Such a good time here.
It's as low as household can go, period. Dining room, bedroom, living room, kitchen. It's simply the lowest prices household appliance, furniture, and mattress gallery can offer. The sales event is underway and runs through May 31st. The sooner you're in the door, the better the selection on floor models, display models, discontinued items. When they're gone, so get to household starting now. The price tag is what you pay, and you won't believe the prices. Low, low, low as household can go. Household across in the Westwood Mall.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insights, the Keweenaw Peninsula is rich with history, and the Delaware Mine is much more than just a hole in the ground. You can take a tour of the area and learn about the mining and geological history of the Keweenaw, all with the help of the property's owners. Joining us tonight is the owners of the Delaware Mine, Bob and Lori Sullivan. Lori and Bob, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us, Sarah.
Thanks. Absolutely. So you guys just recently took over the Delaware Mine. Tell us about how that ended up happening.
We took it over at the beginning of this year. The reason we did that is because my dad passed away September 30th of last year. And looking at what he had and what he was doing, I'd always told him, well, we're going to sell this. But looking at how entrenched in the rest of the area it was and his legacy, the things he built, we decided that it would be a good thing to continue. So Bob and I.
So we purchased it, yeah, and hopefully we can make everything work as well as he did and expound on his ideas for the mine property, and what people can come see.
Yeah. Why do you guys feel like it was so important to keep this open to the public to come and visit and check it out?
Well, first thing, how do you go about selling a copper mine, right? I mean, we keep saying to each other, hey, we own a copper mine. Is there a Facebook group for that? No, there isn't. But he spent from 1977 till now building what this is, this attraction that was always in his mind as a young kid. He always wanted to do this. And so for us not to take it over and be able to help the direction that it's going to go and keep it true to his vision, we think would have done it injustice. So at least this way we can keep it in what we think he would want it to be. So that was the important reason for doing it.
The outpouring of love and concern that we got when we were up here when my dad passed away was incredible. Just the people that approached us and talked to us and helped us out during our time. It was overwhelming.
And you realize that it is such an important thing to the Keweenaw Peninsula. One gentleman that we met back in January was saying that, well, Bob, for every attraction, every event, anything that can keep somebody up here for another 4 or 6 hours means another meal or possibly another hotel room. So the entire peninsula really is strengthened by all the attractions, all the restaurants, all the hotels and places for people to camp, go snowmobiling, which didn't work well last winter, but four-wheeling. And so it's important to have these elements around to support the entire peninsula.
Absolutely. Now, with the summer starting, is there anything new at the Delaware Mine that people will see when they visit?
They won't get wet because we put a new roof on the gift shop, so that's probably the biggest new thing. But Yeah, we've updated some lighting down in the mine so that we can have a better presentation to people touring it. We've updated items in the gift shop. We've tried to create a better overall experience.
In June, we are also going to have in mid-June, June 20th.
Students from Michigan Tech are coming out. Last year they did an archaeological dig on site and identified some prehistoric mining sites. They took some elements to go get carbon dated, which hasn't come back yet, but we're talking, BC, hundreds of years BC, that these indigenous people were mining up there and pulling copper out of the ground.
Very cool. Okay, last question before we wrap up. For people who want to come up there and see it, where can they get more information? What are like the times and hours, days, and whatnot for tours?
Open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The website is DelawareMineTours.com. And also there's a Facebook page, and Google has it. And yeah, come on up. It's a beautiful site, beautiful piece of property, beautiful views.
Great. Well, Bob and Lori, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Stick around. Mike Ludlam has highlights from Division III golf finals in Escanaba today, right after this break.
At CBS, is it just me, or does it feel like one big family?
That's definitely on brand for us.
Yeah, Daddy.
Don't call me Daddy.
Father. The master of the mic, the king of the commute, the living legend, 6-time Marconi Radio Award winner, 7-time award winner,
Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr.
Hairline.
The new comedy, Papa's House, coming CBS Fall.
I love pink happy babies. Lisa from Norway Springs. No matter how much you bathe them, babies bathed in untreated Upper Peninsula water seem to look a little orange to me. Water that stains sinks and bathtubs isn't doing much for your baby's skin. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Purchase or rent a whole house filtration system from us. Norway Springs, no orange babies.
Fresh, safe water, guaranteed. Call Norway Springs today.
May is Maytag Month at Kirkish Furniture. Upgrade to performance and save up to 30% on kitchen and laundry models. Buy 3 appliances and get a $200 rebate on kitchen, laundry, or mix and match. May is Maytag Month at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
He's a mind reader.
On WZMQ CBS.
Good evening, everyone. 2 really good days in a row for the Upper Peninsula Golf Finals. Division III took place today at the Escanaba Country Club, and North Central was the host. Now here's a slightly different look from the green on the second hole, par 5. The flagstick is in the middle of your screen. You'll see it shortly. North Dickinson's Mason Anderson with his 3rd shot. Nice trajectory and drops within a few feet of the flag. Unfortunately, couldn't make the birdie, had to get the par. Casey Gimbel of Big Bay to knock with a chip. Pretty good touch from there, but we couldn't get any birdies from this group. So we gave them one more chance on the short par 3 3rd hole. Alex Pipcorn of North Central. Nice effort. That taps in easily for a par. Ethan Edwards of Engadine hoping for par, but not quite. So let's try the next group. Kellen McCloskey from the Detour half of the Cedarville Detour Cooperative with his tee shot. It looks promising, and I would say that's promising. Less than 5 feet away, and McCloskey will finish that up for a birdie. Gosh, it looks like even maybe 3 feet. After nearly hitting me with his tee shot, Mid-Peninsula's Bradley Van Dam rolls in the par putt. He was the medalist today with a 73. As we take a look at one of the Ontonagon golfers sliding in his putt, we'll go to the next group. Lakeland and Hubbell's Brady Axford will be going for birdie, and he had really good speed on this putt, missed by that much, maybe an inch or so. Easy as tap in for par. Mid-Peninsula's Christian Van Dam glides that one in for a par. He was second today with a 76. North Central was the boys' champion. Do not have the full results yet. So let's take a look at the girls' action. We caught up with them on the 16th hole. And here we'll start with a chip shot from North Dickinson's Maggie Matson. Get going, get going. Ah, not quite. Next is Cameron Pedersen from Big Bay to not gently rolling in that one right down the middle. Quickly followed by a putt from Madison Ponte of Ontonagon. A little more dramatic than she would have liked, but it found the bottom of the cup. To the next group, Samantha Bailey of Ontonagon with a pretty good chip. Slow motion was needed. I zoomed out a little farther than I would have liked there, but it was a nice chip. Next, turning to Mackinac Island, Michaela Rickley with a nice effort that gets within a couple feet. And we will again have results tonight coming up on your 11 o'clock news. Have not gotten the information yet from Delta County. NMU women's lacrosse attacker Minnie Battelle has been named to the 2024 Senior All-Star Games for Division 1, 2, and 3 players. Battelle will play for the Division 2 South team. The Intercollegiate Women's Lacrosse Coaches Association made the announcement. The Senior All-Star Games will be held this Saturday at the USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland. The Division 2 game will be at 12:30. Battelle capped off her career leading the GLIAC in all major offensive categories en route to earning her 4th consecutive All-GLIAC First Team honor, not to mention she was named First Team All-Region. And Lake Superior State has a new women's basketball coach. Grace Hauergott is the 13th coach in Lakers team history. She served as the head coach at Lawrence Tech University for the previous 5 seasons, highlighted by a 21-12 record back in 2019-20 that led to a conference championship and a berth in the NAIA National Tournament. Baseball this afternoon, Gary Sanchez, a 2-run homer in the 8th inning. The Brewers beat the Cubs by the score of 6-4. Tigers play tonight.
All righty, thank you very much, Mike. We'll have one more check on your weather outlook right after this.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. You know, what you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
That's right, Jack.
Weeknights on CBS.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit. Get in the game at Connery Sports in Iron Mountain. Our newly expanded storefront is packed full of sports cards, memorabilia, and the latest sports apparel. Whether you're chasing Pokemon cards for the kids or seeking one-of-a-kind collectibles and vintage gems, our expanded space has something for everyone. If you're a diehard fan or just starting your collection, Connery Sports supplies everything you need to fuel your sports passion. Swing by today at 617 North Stevenson Avenue for something to rep your favorite team.
Get ready for a brand new season of Collector's Call with all new collections.
Collector's Call, Sundays at 6:30 on MeTV 19.1.
A look at Marquette as we head toward tomorrow. Good looking day overall, lots of sunshine, cool start, fairly warm for the afternoon as temperatures get into the low 70s, back in the 60s as we head towards sunset. And the rest of the 7-day, we'll have some showers around as we head on towards Saturday. The chance of storms, particularly the western half of the Upper Peninsula. Sunday, though, looking nice with the chance of thunderstorms again as we head toward the beginning of next week.
Finally tonight, some Negaunee Elementary students are showing off their school pride with a new mural. Fourth graders at Lakeview Elementary are painting their new school slogan on the sidewalk right outside the school. It says, "Miners dig deep," which is part of the school's daily affirmations. The painting is out front where the students and the community can see it when they pass by. The mural is to inspire students and the community to do their best everywhere they go.
It kind of means like to keep on pushing through if things are tough. So that way the community can see it and then they can kind of like get inspired to do like other stuff too.
The students will finish the mural by the end of this week. How fun is that? That's all the time we have for now. We'll see you back here at 11:10 Central.
WZMQ TV 19, continuing to stand with the people of Ukraine.